Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. I'm here with my first process video in a very long time. And I'm going to be starting off with 30 days of sketches from March. And I'm starting with layout number 1, day 1, which was created by the fabulous Ginger, who's Ginger's Corner. I'll make sure to have her channel linked down below. So hopefully the sketches popped up. You can see there's some lovely arrows, a chance for some embellishment, and then some photos as well. It's beautiful and I love it. I'm excited to get going with it. And I thought I would share, I was scrolled through all of the beautiful takes, and I found 3 that I am also taking a little bit of inspiration from. They just kind of caught my eye, and that's where between these 4, so the sketch and then the 3 takes on that sketch, I am going to turn in my layout from. Now, I am going to switch you over to fast forward. Please remember, I have not done a process video. I would say it's probably been 6 months. I mean, it's definitely been a very long time since I've done a 12 by 12 process video. So please bear with me. I'm going to try and get through this with you guys, but I'm excited to be back, and there will be a separate video showcasing the sketch with all of the beautiful takes on it as well. I will have a separate video of that being posted in the next day or 2, so stay tuned for that as well. All right, let's get going. Let's see if I still know how to do process videos. I'm starting off by going through a page kit that I have had. I think I have used this a few times, and it's just leftover Paige Evans collection. I couldn't even tell you what collection it is, you guys. I am so out of the loop in the game, and I'm sorry. I will try to work my way back into it. It's definitely been obviously a hot minute. But this one had 1 full sheet of 12 by 12, which is that butterfly paper, and then a bunch of scraps and that little bit of a transparency with the florals. That is what I'm going with. I hadn't picked photos yet. I just knew I wanted to take the idea and the inspiration from the sketch and the 3 layouts that I had picked to work with it. Now, how did I include all of this in with my layout? Well, first of all, the butterfly and the sky, that type of coloring, that was the one that came from Lori's layout with the clouds. I loved that idea. Then I went with Wendy's with the bright coloring within this collection. That's kind of why I picked this collection, was because of Wendy's layout. And then for Mackenzie's, I just kind of loved how there were ways I could have made this sketch work differently. I could have taken the strips and had my photo kind of rotate. And that's kind of what I really took from hers within the way this layout turned out, was that I rotated the sketch and made that part work for me. And then of course the sketch itself is just fabulous. It's kind of like a half and half design going on, and there was just a lot of variety that I could bring to it. I found my photos. I love these. They're quite old. They're from 2020 of Barrett enjoying a spring day. And really I wanted to highlight 1 photo and let the other 3 kind of just be background photos. So what you see me doing there is just going through the little bit of scrap that I have to find the right color to work. And I decided that this lighter blue is the correct choice. I will say it is not a perfect match to the blue cardstock that I have, but it was close enough that I just am going with it. I'm also adding the little bit of embellishments that are still in this page kit, adding that happiness. I added that little frame that I cut. I'm going to use part of it, as you can see on the left hand side there. I also then trim the rest of it, which says beautiful day, and tuck that in as well. So using all of that up, I also will add a little slip of paper. You see that right there, that little bit of pinky bready color. It matches his shirt because of the filter I have on it, but it also just kind of grounds everything, which I am all about. I'm adding one of the little labels, which will have the date and what's happening. And then I just go through with some finishing touches. I'm just adding a little bit. I could have gone a lot farther into this. I could have embellished a lot more. There's a lot more I could have done. But again, I have not scrapbooked in a very long time, and I didn't want to go too crazy. I just wanted to kind of dip my toes back in, so to speak, and I just kind of kept myself within the boundaries I had of what was left in this particular kit that I had sitting around. Now I'm going to come back live and wrap this all up for you. Okay, I'm going to try something a little new with my videos and do an afterthoughts segment. So you can skip this part if you want, completely up to you. But I just thought it would be interesting, and then I can give some more maybe details about things that I don't mention in my process videos or walkthroughs. So the first thing is, I am super pleased, first of all, just to be scrapbooking. That was awesome. I did grab a page kit that I have used before, and it was just sitting there, and that's my goal. I've been on a spending freeze for like 2.5 years. I haven't purchased anything. I've had a few things given to me, but I haven't purchased anything with the exception of December Daily. And so with that, the fact that I used up some more of something that's been hanging out in a page kit makes me just so happy. I used up the rest of a piece of transparency, and this is all Paige Evans. I fussy cut into a full 12 by 12 for the butterflies, which was awesome. And then I was able to use up a couple of pieces of ephemera, a few labels, a chipboard, and some stickers. So I think all in all, I'm pretty happy with that, and I would give myself, you know, a maybe for that. I also looked into last year, I think it was last year, Moira and I did an ABC like A through Z challenge on our spending freeze group that we did. And we posted all of them, and I don't think I did. I might have done 2. I didn't do very many. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark this off of that list, and hopefully it's gonna pop up here so you can see all the letters, and we'll go through it every time that I use it so we can see if I've made them. So I went straight to K, which is for kits for this one, because I used up some more of a page kit. So that's awesome. I got, 2 for 1 with that. Challenging myself to do something, go ahead, work with that, we're good to go. So what I have left over is a few scraps, a few little pieces of embellishments. I might give up these birds, they've never made it, and some flowers, and a few pieces of paper. So what I'm going to do is take this and move it. I found myself 2 more of the same collection that I created some page kits with. And so I'm just going to move it into one, hopefully create a layout with that and move it into the other one. And we'll see what the leftovers bring us, and we can go from there. So that's my plan. So that is how I'm continuing to work on using up all my stuff and moving it into the next page kit there. So we've got that going on. Okay, so that covers the product that I used. Let's talk about how I worked with the sketch. Now, this was for 30 Days of Sketches, Series 14, sketch number 1, which happened in March. I know we're in April, but this is just, the way of things. If you haven't already and you are interested, I am going to, it should be up by now, a follow-up, a catch-up, and back type video if you want to learn a little bit more about where I have been. And so I didn't do any sketches in March, but I wanted to do them. I'm not promising that I'm going to get all of them done. I'm just going to work through a few of them and see if I can get my creativity back. And so sketch number 1 was by Ginger. That would have been said in the beginning of all of this, of course. And I probably shared a few examples of the beautiful layouts as well. That being said, I might do a whole separate video so that this isn't too long. Now, what I loved about her sketch is that it gave me the opportunity to use lots of photos. So I found these cute photos of my youngest, this is Barrett, back in 2020, so he would have been 1. And it was a beautiful spring day. I remember this, it felt like summer. And this is right around the time when we were being told that we had to move from where we were living. and it was right in the middle of 2020. So, you know, that was not fun. But this little guy, we had a deck and then there were some stairs that went down, and he loved being out there. And there was a baby gate that he got really mad at because he couldn't go down where his brother and sister were. But he could play out on this little patio deck that we had. And so I love these photos, and they kind of were just waiting to be scrapbooked. And so when I grabbed this collection and this blue that came from something else, I just thought, oh, this just works. And so I went with it. I kind of took away the idea in the sketch that Ginger had with the arrows and stuff. I kind of took that away. Obviously, I've rotated it, and I went with butterflies instead of arrows. Again, sketches are just meant for interpretation. So that is where I went with it. And then I just kind of built up from there, adding a couple things. But mostly when I started, my main goal was to use up this piece of transparency paper, and I wanted to cut into that butterfly paper. So very, very pleased with all of that. I love how it got documented. I love how it's there. There's no big title. I didn't add a title to this one. And I'm okay with that. You know, I'm easing back into it. If I were to add the title, it would go right here or right here. It's something I might come back to once I give myself a little bit more time, but it's there and I'm very happy to have it done. So thank you so much for working through my first process video back in quite a long time. And hopefully they get smoother as the time goes, but there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to be back soon, and have a great day. Bye everyone.